Hey guys, I'm Tom, and over the next 5 minutes I'm going to share with you 5 ideas, tips, thoughts to help you with your language learning objectives in May 2018. Well, or any time of year, but it's May 2018 at the moment, so that's the name of the video. Anyway, 5 minutes starting now. So the first one is to do with flashcards. I've been using a lot of flashcards recently, mainly the Anki for Android app, which also exists for iPhone and Windows and all that sort of stuff. So the first thing is, bonus tip, check out Anki, I really enjoy it. But the other tips are about how you use flashcard apps. Now, something that I was really tempted to do was to go out and research a whole bunch of like food words or movement verbs and just put everything in, thematically. But I found that was really difficult. And so what I'm trying to do now is only put words in when I have genuinely needed it. When I have found myself in my conversation reaching for a word and it not being in my head. And what I do then is go home, write it down, put it in the app. And that has made my experience using flashcards much more personal, and I feel like I'm getting much more out of it by only seeing words that I know that I want to use. 4 minutes to go. Let me just quickly do one more thing about flashcards, which is when I'm practicing them, I'm also trying not to just read it and then repeat the word in English. Instead, I'm trying to do a whole sentence. So I might see the verb essere, which is to be in Italian, and rather than just saying to be in English, I'm trying to say something like sono inglese e sono qui a Bologna per imparare l'italiano. I'm trying to turn it into a whole phrase. And that means that rather than just seeing the word and remembering what it is, I'm also practicing using it. 3.5 minutes to go. The next tip is a slightly more specific one. One of my viewers, a guy called Raul, left a comment on one of my videos recommending me to go and listen to Eine kurze Weltgeschichte für junge Leser, which is a German audiobook read by Christoph Waltz. And I'm not going to talk about this for more than about 10 seconds because it's only relevant if you're learning German. But here's the reason I love it.
Aber sie haben noch keine Briefe schreiben können. 20.000, 50.000 und auch diese Leute damals haben schon...
Listen to those dulcet Austrian tones. I love that. I had no idea that Christoph Waltz did audiobooks, and so I downloaded this one, and I'm definitely going to go and download a load more of his. So if you're learning German, check that out. Okay, 2 minutes 30 left. The next tip is to stop pretending that you can understand the language that you are learning, which probably sounds like a strange thing to say, but over the last couple of weeks, I've really found myself getting into this habit. Tell me if this seems like you. Ah, sì, no capisco, sì, sì. But you actually don't understand anything. Now, I think when you're like A2, B1, you're starting to get to the level where you can understand a lot, but not everything. But it's really tempting to pretend that you can because it just feels more natural. What I've learned over the last couple of weeks is to just not worry about it, not worry about my pride or anything, and just be like, sorry, I didn't understand that, can you repeat? And I'm trying to force myself to do that a lot more. So don't pretend that you can understand when you can't. People will forgive you, it'll be fine. 1 minute 40 left. So in relation to number 3, tip number 4 is to speak more slowly. This is something else that I've had to train myself to do. Even now, when I'm making this video, I have to remember to speak slowly because it's better. It gives you more time to think. It gives you more time to be more accurate in the words that you're using and the choice of vocabulary that you are going for. It just makes life easier. And okay, it's like cool and natural and fun to like speak really fast like a local. But again, I've had to really remember that I am learning, that it's fine to be a learner, and to just try and let myself have that time, really. And that has made a huge difference to my ability to communicate. 50 seconds left for my last tip now, which is to do with Netflix. Now, something that I often recommend on my channel is going out and reading books, listening to podcasts, watching TV shows, all in the target language that you want to learn. But sometimes it can be a bit hard to find those resources, and Netflix has a lot of target language content, but it's not always that easy to find. So something that I've discovered recently is that if you go to netflix.com/browse/genres and then type in a code, you can get access to this huge list of genres that you can't normally see. For example, if you go to netflix/browse/genres/6584, then that is Italian comedy films. It might not be, but it's something like that. That's the way that the system works. Ooh. Okay, that's 5 minutes. I'm going to put a list in the description of some cool codes that you can use in Netflix to find some interesting films, and a link to a list where you can find all of the codes. Okay, that's 5 tips in 5 minutes for May 2018. I would love to hear what you guys think about those tips and what tips you might have for other language learners. Let me know in the comments below. And if you don't know me, by the way, I'm Tom. I'm learning Italian at the moment in Bologna, and I make a video every week about my progress and about language learning in general. If you want to check out the rest of my channel, there's a button there. And if you want to see some of the videos I've been making recently, there's one here that's now covering my face in a slightly strange way. But yeah, check it out, and I'll see you next time.